guys, welcome back to Rhomanys Realm. I'm Rhomany and it's the last week of June, which means it's time to talk about One Book July again. One Book July is a challenge that I came up with a couple of years ago, which myself and the other coffee addicts do. You can go and check them out. They are Kerry Harling and Miss Vicky B. I will put those links down below. Their videos will be out in the next few days. One Book July started as a planning challenge where we would take our various complicated, pretty, overly stuffed planners and simplify them down to one book, one pen, 1 month. Now, I did a pretty comprehensive video on that last year, so I will put the link down below. You can go and check that out, and that is the original One Book July challenge. If you want to do that this year, you are welcome to do it. However, I did notice that, like myself, a lot of you are already in one book because you're doing bullet journaling. So, here's my one book. I'm a filofaxer. I have a bullet journal in here. And yes, I did move out into a moleskin cahier for a little while because I needed bigger pages just for what I was mapping out. But now I'm back in my filofax and I'm perfectly happy with it. So why would I want to do One Book July? Because I don't even decorate my bullet journal, as you'll have seen from my empty bullet journal series. So I thought, well, what can we do this year that can also include those of us who have done it for the last couple of years and are happy with our systems, or who are already using one book and don't really feel the need to do a planner challenge to simplify it because we're perfectly happy with it as it is. And also those people who have never been able to do One Book July before because they were in one book already. So here's what we're doing. Version 1 is for anybody who's new to it or anybody who still wants to do the original One Book July challenge. It is a great challenge if you want to just simplify your system, get back to basics. And last year, surprisingly, there was a lot of students doing it because they'd just come off their crazy study plans for exams and end of term and everything else. They were chilling out for the summer. A lot of them had summer jobs or holidays or meetups that they were doing with friends, and they did have things to plan, but it wasn't as structured as their previous study schedule had been. So we had a lot of students joining us last year doing one book just to get them through the summer in a much more relaxed way than they'd been used to previously. So it's still a completely valid challenge. Like I say, if you want to do the original challenge, go down below. I will show you my filofax at some point. I'm sure Carrie will show you her system at some point. I don't think Vicky uses one book. She's not really a one book kind of girl. So she might actually do the original challenge. I don't know. We never know what each other's doing. We just come up with the ideas and go off and do our own thing. We don't really discuss it. For those of you who want to do something a little different, or who are already in one book, or like me, just, you know, you've got your one book and you're happy with it, but you still like the idea of the challenge, this year we have One Book July version 2.0. The original, one book, one pen, 1 month. Version 2.0, one book, one project, 1 month. How does that grab you? Now, as with the original challenge, the rules are up to you to interpret. Despite what a lot of people said last year, the rules are there to be broken. Interpret them however you want. It's my challenge, and I say you can change the rules if you want to. So for the original, we always said if you were the kind of person who used 9 different planning systems and had to colour code in 27 different colours, going back to one small book and one pen was going to be virtually impossible for you. So cut it down to maybe 3 planners for personal work and projects, and then have one basic colour coding system of, say, 6 colours that you use across the board. So it's got to be relative to what you do. And it's the same with the project system. Don't interpret it too literally. It doesn't have to be a project that you do in 1 month. It could be a project that you start in 1 month and make a good headway on it. It doesn't have to be a project that you finish in 1 month. It could be something that you start now because you keep meaning to start it and keep it going, but you never quite get there. It doesn't have to be one book. It could be one photo album if you want to do Project Life. It could be one journal if you want to do journaling, because you have an art journal and a Hobonichi and a travel journal and a this and a that, and you know, I've got about 15 million journals. I would find it very difficult to get down to one journal. I tried it a few times, but it's virtually impossible for me. I like variety. But if you're feeling like you're spreading yourself too thin, perhaps that's what you need to do. Just grab one book and say, you know what, for July I'm just going to do one book and that's it. Everything else can go away until August. Perhaps you have a actual planning project that you want to do. So just because it's projects doesn't mean it can't be planning. I think that's where I'm leaning towards. I've been up in the air about mine for, Carrie will tell you, I've been umming and ahhing about it for nearly 2 months, what I was going to do with mine. I've swung between working on my herb project that I'm doing. I've swung to working on my astrology projects, doing my tarot project. I have a lot of projects. I call them projects. I've got all sorts of things going on. I'm doing a class in art therapy. I could concentrate on that. Like I said before, I could pull all my journals together and work on one journal. I could catch up on my scrapbooking. There's a million different things I could do. And there's a million different things I would like to do. But I think what I want to do is concentrate on something I need, because I think that will benefit me more than anything else. So what I've decided, as of this morning, so it could change, I think what I'm going to do is concentrate on my financial planning system, because my financial planning system isn't so much a financial planning system as a financial box of stuff that I need to go through. It used to be a planning system once upon a time, but then I moved and things got a bit out of whack and I never really got caught up, and then I got sick and I got behind, and here we are almost a year later and I don't think I've touched my financial planner since then. So I think what I'd like to do is grab my A5 file effects, which is where I do my financial stuff, clear it out and start again. What I need to do is to backtrack to April. Because I really haven't done anything on my accounts for this tax year. Our tax year starts at the beginning of April. So I need to do April, May, June, July, and going forward. So setting up a system where I sort out my work incomings and outgoings and my personal incomings and outgoings, and where at any given moment I can look very quickly and have a very good idea of how much money I've got. Because honestly, if you asked me right now, I would say no. I honestly don't know. I have zero idea how much money is actually in my bank, except for the fact that I have one bank account which is only set up for things like direct debits. That does not have any money in it at the moment because it's the end of the month and all my payments have gone out. That's all I can tell you. Which is not a good place to be. Come on, I need to sort this out. So much as I dislike doing financial stuff, I do like to be on top of it. I like to know whether I've got money and can I pay the bills next month. You know, I don't need to be planning 5 or 10 years down the road, but I want to know that I've got money coming in, money going out, that I can cover my expenses, and I want to start some sort of saving plan because my God, I want a car. I don't care if it's an old banger. I really, really, really want a car. So I need to start a savings scheme for that. And, you know, I'm not going to do that without any organisation, am I? So that, I think, is going to be my project, is I'm going to set up a financial planner to track my finances for work, for personal, and for savings. Nothing complicated. I don't want it to be something that's laborious. I just want to know how much money I've got. And at the end of the year, I want to be able to collect all my receipts together and know that I've got everything logged, so that when I come to do my taxes, it's not a nightmare of which box did I put that in, like it was last year. I had about 15 different places that I'd squirreled away receipts, and I can't keep doing that. It's disorganised and it takes me forever to do my accounts. So there you go, that is version 2.0. One book, one project, 1 month. What have you been putting off? What do you need to organise? What do you need to catch up on? What have you been wanting to start but just haven't had the time to dedicate it to it? That's what you can do this month. And if you prefer to do the original challenge, or you've been excited to do the original challenge, then that's fine too. You can do that as well. I will show you my system that I use for my one book. I'm sure Carrie and Vicky will show you their systems. Like I say, Carrie is a one book girl as well, and Vicky is a multi-book girl. So what she's going to do is anybody's guess. But yes, I think for my project, I'm going to go with the project side, and I'm going to go with financial planning. So as I said, check down below for the links. Miss Vicky B, Carrie Harling from Dispatches from the Frat House. And we also have a group on Facebook called the Coffee Addicts Club. We're not always very on top of things when it's not a religious order where we have to do penance every month. Sometimes we skip it. Mostly we post pictures of coffee. But if you want to come and join us and you want to just have a chat and have fun and ask questions and things, then do come along and do that. It's a page, not a group. So if you're not on Facebook, it doesn't matter. You can still come and look at the page. You just won't be able to post if you're not a member of Facebook. But you can still have a look at what we're doing, find the links, look at what everybody else is doing and all that kind of thing. So there you go. Do come along and join us. If you are a YouTuber and you want to do your videos, please put the hashtag OneBookJuly 2016 either in your video title, your video description, or in the tags when you upload your video. I will then set up a playlist like I do every other year for all the videos, and usually within a few days your video will be live on the playlist. I'll put the playlist link both in my description here and in the Coffee Addicts group. If your video doesn't turn up within a week of you hashtagging it, just send me the link on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, anywhere you follow me. Don't message me on YouTube because I don't use YouTube messaging system. It's all spam. I don't have time to find the one question in 400 letters of spam, so please don't message me there. But if you'd like to have your video linked and you don't follow me anywhere that you can message me, you can always just post the link down below and I will add it to the playlist. Okay? So have a think over the next few days what you want to do and decide when you're going to start, because the 1st of July is a Friday, I believe. And also, obviously, the first weekend is a long weekend for the American girls because of 4th of July. So perhaps you might find it better to start on the 4th of July or the 3rd if you're a Sunday planner. You might want to start tomorrow and run it for 6 weeks instead of 5 weeks. You might want to wait and just start properly on Tuesday the 5th. However you want to do it is absolutely fine. Pick a date and off you go. For myself, I'm going to be doing the project, so I'm going to start on the 1st of July and run it 1st of July to the 31st. And yes, of course, I will be doing videos to update you on what I'm doing throughout the month. So if you have any questions, leave them down below and I will get back to you. Don't forget to look out for Vicky and Carrie's videos, which will be going live, I think, tomorrow and Tuesday. And come and join us at the Coffee Addicts Club to see what we're up to over there as well. Bye!